Yes guys, what is going on and welcome back to another video. As you can see, we've got the Honda Civic here and we're going to be asking the question, is this the most affordable and sportiest hybrid on the market today? Let's get straight into it. Okay, so over here we have the Honda Civic Sport. So this isn't the advanced trim, meaning we miss out on a few bits like a pan roof on the top and a few other interior bits, but for what I've seen and for what I've experienced so far, the sport trim does the job. The paint, not that the camera ever does it justice, is called Platinum White Pearl. We've got 18-inch alloys going around the back. We've got cheeky little reverse camera, keyless entry. So whenever you see a car handle and you see those three little lines, normally is an indicator that there's keyless entry. One thing I really want to say is the rear of this car does look very futuristic. That slant just there at this angle, does it remind you of another brand that begins with T? Let me know in the comments, but that is probably for me the best looking angle off this car, just this rear quarter here with the sloping rear boot. So moving into the interior, what do we have? Firstly, we've got that heated seat. Yes, seat. We're going to put that on hot because it's absolutely freezing. I only wore the t-shirt because I thought it'd make me look hench for the thumbnail. Probably doesn't. But yeah, heated seats are standard. You've got wireless charging, but again, I do run a plug-in cable because I'm old school and I prefer it than that. We've got two in the front and two at the back. Climate control system works really well. You can do it independently, or if you press sync, then you can operate both sides. I do love these little knobs here, these lovely little knobs. Look at them. Allows you to adjust the fan left and right. I don't really think you can shut it, or maybe you can, but I know on this side, which is on the driver's side, and the same as on the passenger side, you can use this little scroll to shut it and to open it. Electric parking brake. Drive modes, we have, I believe, 4. So just over here, you can see we've got Econ, which reduces probably some of the fan power to save fuel. You've got normal, which is a normal drive, same sort of steering, comfort steering. Sport, which stiffens up the steering and increases the throttle response, and individual. And if we hold up to customize, as it says over here, you can see we can have independent bits here. So you can have the engine mode in sport or normal, and you can have the steering in heavy or in comfort, in sport or in normal. Infotainment system over here is your bog standard that you get on all of the Hondas. It's really clear, it's really big. Again, it does slightly point to the passenger side, but having had a few Hondas now, I kind of am used to it. So something to note, those of you that like to go on a proper hoon, your left foot is meant to be rest just over here. And when you are pushing against here, it does kind of get a bit painful because this is quite hard plastic, and maybe a bit of padding down there wouldn't have gone amiss, but hey ho. As somebody who stands at about 5'11", 6 foot on a good day when I've done my Pilates, the rear space is absolutely brutal. I don't even have to sit in here to show you guys the amount of space. Like, I can't really open the door any wider than it is, but how about that for knee space and foot space? And that's in the position, not a gangster position, in a good driving position, and you can reach all of that. And again, you've got the magic seats, so we've got 2 cup holders in the back, and as informed earlier, we've got 2 USB ports in the back. But where it gets really serious is the boot, the bootay. Look at that for boot space. That's savage. Like, I could lay in there. No, I'm not going to do it because I've got bad back. But I could lay in there and still have space to have, I don't know, the PlayStation 2 in there. You know, the big one that was like the size of a boat. But yeah, boot space is huge. And also, if you notice, up here, we've got quite a bit of exposure. So when that does happen, when you close the boot, what you do, again, clip it in there. Oh, it's going to be embarrassing if I can't do it now. Here we go. And look at that. So now you've got your boot all set up. So when it's closed, all of them cheeky peaky blinders can't have a look-see and see what you've got going on in the boot. So now into the heart of the beast, what we've got here is a 2-litre petrol hybrid. It's got about 180 brake horsepower and 315 Newton meters of torque. A total of 520 miles is what they've claimed is capable from this engine. And I know it's a Civic, but unfortunately it's only now available as a hybrid. So there's no more little Civics that you're going to see flying, popping and banging anymore. This is the future, this is what we've got. But again, with it being a Civic, is it a sporty drive? So engine power aside, let's see how it actually performs on the road. And to test that, we're going to be using this, the V-Box Sport from Race Logic. We're using it to test all of our 0 to 30 times, whether it's a hybrid, petrol or EV. The quickest Honda we've had on the channel is the Honda Jazz, and that's at a 3.33. And before that, we had the Cooper Born, which set at 2.65. I'm hoping that this can beat the Jazz because it's a Civic, and surely, you know, Civic, boy racer. Let's get it. Ooh. Tiny bit of torque steer as well. Oh, easy now, easy now. So stats are in, and we've done a 3.05, and per usual, a little screenshot. No sound, that's embarrassing. So 3.05 puts it second in the leaderboard, meaning it is faster than the Jazz, which is great to know, bearing in mind the Type R is based on this chassis. So yeah, enough about 0 to 30. Let's see how it actually drives on the road. We're out now on a drive, and the first thing that I noticed is that gearbox, and like I said, it's very, very funny, but I find it cute at the same time. This has got a CVT gearbox in it, and every single hybrid and every single Honda, in fact, going forward, is only going to come with an automatic. So no more manual dumping the clutch, burning out those front wheels. You're now stuck with what's called the CVT, which essentially is an automatic gearbox, but it's single speed. So it should just rev out from 0 RPM all the way to 10,000 or whatever it's going to do. There's no gears in between for it to go brr, into another one, into another one. Don't know why I said brr, but this actually fakes it, which isn't good, never good. So just here, kick down, and did you hear that? It actually changed gear, even though it doesn't have a gear to change into because it's just single speed. And that's cute. And whether they're still trying to appease the Civic owners by giving them a form of enjoyment, because that's all coming through the speakers, by the way, it's one of those things. It's the same as with the exhaust sound. There's not much of that because of emissions and sound laws now. So we're gonna have to take it for what it is, but manual gearbox is no longer a thing, automatic, and that little sound is what you're gonna get going forward. And again, like I said, I think it's quite cute. So with this still being the Civic, is it fun to drive? 100% yes. You get this low down seating position, and for me anyway, it's really how I like a car, because you can opt again if for the higher spec and get the electric seats, but I'm sure it won't allow you to sit as low as I am now. The only thing for me that I would probably say not messes it up but doesn't make it as enjoyable is the fact that the suspension, I don't know, on a Civic should be a bit more firmer. But again, if you are driving a hybrid, they assume you're going for something that's about commuting, and for commuting you don't really want anything that's too firm. I would probably say suspension could be a bit tighter, but other than that, even through these roads here, it does do the job. But there are a few times, like I said, where it's just a bit not floaty, but it's not as pointy as I'd like from, again, a Civic. Because when you hear I've got a Civic, straight away you assume these B roads, these sort of roads here, just straight through them, no real issue. Straight through at 70 miles an hour, straight through at good legitimate speeds. Other than that, barrier over here would give you a fine. So you want to make sure that, so what you really want to do is just be able to enjoy the car without any, I don't know, squeaky bum moments, and you're thinking, am I going to make that, or that was close. So from what I can see, this is going to be an absolute belter of a platform for the Type R. Again, if the seating position is the same, and obviously they tighten up a few more things and way more power than what this has, the Type R is going to be a game changer. But enough talking about the Type R. So the time now is 10:41. In 30 minutes time, we're going to stop and see what we've done in terms of MPG. The MPG that Honda claim is 56.4. Let's see if we can beat it. Okay, so it's 11:10 now. We've got 1 minute left to try and eke out as much MPG as possible. We're currently sitting at 72.4 miles per gallon. So we've crush the HRV, which I hoped for, bearing in mind that the HRV is a bigger boy, it's a heavier boy. I'm not sure when we're going to click over to 11 past 11. It should be any time now, but at the minute we're at 72.6 mpg. So hybrid, does it work? 100% yes. Is it fun? If you have the right car. And the final question, because I feel there should be, because the way I just addressed that whole sentence is, does it look cool? Yeah, it does. And 11 past 11. Let me just pull over. Lovely. So 11 past 11, let's put this in park, and let's put this in, let's not put it, but just click the engine button and turn it off, because you're not allowed to use your phone and all of that unless engine is off. You can get arrested and beaten up and stuff. But just go in back there, punch that back on, and let's grab the camera. Oof, stats, I love it. Stats, mate. So just in here, let's get you recording. Here we go. 73.5 miles, 11 past 11. We covered 13.1 miles and we managed to achieve 73.4. So I didn't think it was going to beat the 83 mpg that the Honda Jazz did, but 67 mpg from a HRV, bearing in mind it's bigger, it should have a bigger battery and more efficient because it's got a bigger battery, but because it's heavier, I think that's why the Civic has managed to thrash it. So looking at my stats here, we've done 13.1, which is kind of bang in the middle between what the Honda Jazz and what the Honda HRV done. So could this be the sweet spot for a hybrid? Does the Civic still have that hot hatch appeal, even with a hybrid engine? Yes, you'd have to be on very familiar roads to fully, I don't know, push the car and see if it can. But on the roads that I've taken it on, aside from the suspension being a bit more on the softer side, it's still fun. And as a hybrid, people think hybrids are, you're saving money, you're just going to go slow. No, you can push on quite a bit, make progress at the right speeds, legally, and still have fun. Can't beat, you cannot beat that fake engine sound. So guys, I'm going to end the video here. If you have enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one for another video. Take care, God bless. Ha 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 ha.